Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today's video, I'm going to share with you my top tips for new vegans, brand new vegans, because I know it can be tough to make the transition. I know I'll definitely never forget the first time my husband and I, Matthias and I, walked into a grocery store in Zurich, Switzerland after going vegan, and the looks on our faces must have been absolutely hysterical because we were just kind of borderline panicking and we had no idea what we could buy, and here we are over a year later. I'm not gonna lie, at the beginning it was very difficult to make the switch for the first few days, the first few grocery trips. We were just looking at everything going, what can we buy? And of course we don't feel that way anymore, and definitely at that time I wish that I had somebody to help me through the transition, or just somebody to give me advice on what to do. So I guess that's what this video kind of is. If you're a new vegan, well, welcome to the vegan community. We're so happy that you made this compassionate choice. I promise you it will get better. Let's just get right into the tips. The first one is going to be really practical because when we went vegan, we had no idea. Now that you're vegan, you're starting to pick up food and actually look at the ingredients. Maybe for the first time like me. I know that was the first time I ever looked or cared about what was in my food. So when you start looking at those ingredient lists, you're probably going to start to see may contain milk, eggs, etc. And my husband and I were so confused by this when we first went vegan, and we did not buy things that said may contain trace amounts of eggs, milk, fill in blank. When later we found out that all this means is that those products were produced in a factory that also produces things that contain animal products, and it's more for people with severe allergies than it is an ethical issue. So you definitely are welcome to buy things that say they may contain trace amounts of those products. Next tip is don't try to eat perfect. I'm sure part of going vegan was probably being on YouTube and looking at other YouTubers. Maybe you watched some documentaries on YouTube, or you got inspired by a super healthy lifestyle YouTuber to go vegan. But those people that you are looking at online are very experienced. Some of them have been vegan for a decade or longer, so do not expect that you are going to be able to put together the types of meals that those people are making right from the start, and that you're going to know the exact plant source to go to for different micronutrients right from the beginning. It is okay. Don't try to be perfect. When you're first starting out, I think the best thing you can do is take your favorite meals and just try veganizing them. So say you love tacos. Just figure out what you can do for your meat. You can do so many things. You can just get a faux ground beef, or you could use potatoes or beans, and instead of cheese you can buy vegan cheese or leave it off. Instead of sour cream you could use guacamole or salsa, or you could buy a vegan sour cream or make your own. So just take your favorite dishes and swap out the components that contain animal products. That's the easiest way to start. But you are definitely going to want to get those whole plant foods in your diet, so I definitely recommend pick up some beans, some lentils, some quinoa, some bananas, some frozen berries, vegetables, greens, just all the basics. Keep it simple. Realize you don't have to buy products that are all marked vegan, 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 branded, and all of that. Those are definitely going to be more expensive, and that is why people tend to think the vegan lifestyle is more expensive, because right now it is more expensive to buy vegan macaroni and cheese than the non-vegan version. But being vegan can definitely be way cheaper if you keep it simple, stick to whole plant foods, stock up on rice, potatoes, fruits, and vegetables. Next tip that I also heard on YouTube, but I did not believe it at the time, was that it takes time for your taste buds to adjust, but they will adjust. Let's go back to the taco example. I'll never forget the first time Matthias and I made vegan tacos. We swapped out ground beef for quinoa, and we swapped out sour cream for a homemade vegan sour cream that was made out of cashews, nutritional yeast, and lemon juice. I was super excited. You know, we put the tacos together. It looked great. It looked exactly like a normal taco that I was used to eating as a meat eater, but as soon as I bit into it, my brain was weirdly confused because it looked the same, but it tasted so different. And I remember asking Matthias, my husband, what he thought of the taco, and he's like, it's good, but it definitely tastes healthier. And we realized, because when you eat tacos made out of beef and animal products, usually they're dripping in fat. You all know that orange kind of grease that drips out of tacos. And typically with vegan products, especially homemade ones made out of whole foods, you're not going to have that kind of fat. Definitely not. So getting adjusted to foods with lower fat content definitely takes time. And now I love vegan tacos. I love all of our vegan meals, but it did definitely take time. Don't just make the meal once and say it's not good and give up on it. Try it again. Try a different option. Instead of the quinoa, maybe you can buy a faux beef mince or whatever from the grocery store, or maybe you prefer beans, or you're just going to have to be prepared to try things out. And if you spend a lot of time on a meal and you're excited about it and then you don't quite like it, don't be scared to try again, because your taste buds are going to adjust, I promise. This goes for so many things with me. When we first went vegan, I did not like tofu. I did not like beans. I didn't even want to try seitan because I thought it looked so weird. But now these are all foods that I really do like eating, so it just takes time. Keep trying the things that you don't like. I know that sounds like mom advice, and I should even follow this advice as well, because there's so many vegetables and stuff that I don't like. But if you really try things, keep putting them on your plate and just try it a little bit at a time, you might start to like it. So kind of shifting away from food, another tip that I have is to be prepared for your life to really kind of change. And this sounds super dramatic, but going vegan is not just a diet like a lot of people think. It really is a lifestyle change. It's a lifelong commitment. So you are probably super amped up right now. You feel really good about your choice. You're super stoked on it. You feel amazing going to bed every night knowing that you are doing as much as you can to limit your contribution to animal suffering, and you're super stoked on it, and your world is kind of going to be rocked for a little while. But unfortunately, along with that comes this awareness that a lot of people don't want to face. So now when you go to the grocery store and you see the chicken aisle and you see people buying the chickens and putting them in their cart, you might feel a little bit disgusted by it. You might feel sad by it. It might make you kind of depressed. When you hang around friends and they don't really care that you're vegan, and they don't care that they're eating animals even though they are educated on the topic and they understand what's going on, it is going to be challenging. It's going to be really difficult. You just have to understand that you see the world differently now, and not everybody sees it the same way. But you can't assume that everybody is bad or evil or not sensitive, because a lot of people just don't know. I know I fall into that category of a person that truly did not understand or make the connection about where food comes from, where chicken and beef and where these products come from. I was one of those people. I truly had no idea. I was just, raised, we eat beef, we eat chicken, and that's what we eat. And as soon as I found out the truth and I saw the footage and I learned about all the things that go on, I immediately made the switch. My husband and I are both overnight vegans. So when you take this new awareness out into the real world, it can make your life completely different. And suddenly when you hear about these luxury products made with fur and wool and leather, you're not going to look at them the same way as other people that try to say like, oh, these shoes are superior because they're leather, or this outfit is superior because it has real fur and real wool. Instead of thinking, oh, that's nice, that's luxury, you're probably going to start thinking about all the suffering and all the things that you've seen online, and it might make you sad. So you just have to be prepared to face that. So of course it's up to everybody on an individual level how deep they want to think about that, if they want to go into being an activist, or if they would just rather, live their vegan lifestyle and not think about it too much. Of course, you can do it either way. Next thing that I can recommend for you is to get more involved in the vegan community here on YouTube. You'll definitely feel less alone when you check your YouTube subscription box and you see all sorts of other vegans posting stuff. I know it really inspires me. I subscribe to all sorts of vegan channels. Happy Healthy Vegan. I used to watch a lot of Bite Size Vegan when I was new. She doesn't upload content anymore, but she has a very educational channel with a lot of your basic questions answered. I watch Mike the Vegan. I like Earthling Ed. I like James Aspie. There's all sorts of other people. Supreme Banana, if you want like a goofy, fun vegan channel. There's so many vegan channels. I'm trying to think of another one. Joseph Lincoln is another vegan channel that I watch. I've got all sorts of vegan channels that I've subscribed to, and it makes me feel less alone when I watch them and I see them living their vegan life, and you just want to high five everybody. And of course, if you can make some vegan friends in real life, I think it will make the process so much easier. It definitely is awesome when you meet vegan people in real life, even if you're just in the grocery store or it comes up and you find another vegan out in the world somewhere. You just want to be best friends, and you can immediately bond over something that you're both passionate about, which is super, super exciting. So I guess I want to open this up to you guys in the comments. If you are vegan and you are looking for support, you can just comment, hey, I'm a vegan in whatever North Dakota? Is there anyone else out there that would like to meet up and hang out? Use the comment section down below. Try to make some friends that are vegan. Get together and just support each other, because we really have to support each other. I know it can feel really lonely being vegan, because I don't know a lot of vegans in real life. I really don't. My family is not vegan, my husband's family is not vegan, and it can be challenging, so it's just good to meet people in real life. So use the comment section to see if you can make some new friends, you guys. It would be really cool if I can connect some of you guys. Lastly, just please realize you're not alone. I know it can feel really strange when you go vegan and you just feel like everyone else doesn't care and the world is going nowhere and that things are not changing. It can be really disheartening when you see, you know, new steak restaurants open up in your area or whatever, or just hearing friends and family talking about the great steak that they ate and all this stuff. It can be really difficult, but please don't let it discourage you. You are not alone, even if you feel that way. This is a huge movement. It is absolutely not a trend. Let me say it again. Veganism is not a trend. It is absolutely necessary, even if you don't care about animals or welfare of animals. Animal agriculture is extremely unsustainable. Technology and innovation are disrupting so many industries. We're seeing huge changes in all sorts of industries, and the food industry is certainly next. Leonardo DiCaprio, who's obviously a huge environmentalist, Bill Gates and other famous people are pouring tons of money into companies like Beyond Meat or into Impossible Foods. This really is the future, because technology is solving inefficiencies every single day. You guys see it. Just think of, you know, Uber, how inefficient it used to be to get a cab or to just get around, and now you can whip out your phone and have a car whenever you want it. Technology is making things more affordable and easier for the consumer, and the same is happening in the food industry. Animal agriculture is extremely inefficient, extremely horrible for the planet. I'm sure that you know animal agriculture is the #1 cause of greenhouse gas emissions. So even if you don't care about animals, things are changing, and this is just the future. I think Richard Branson, Bill Gates, all sorts of people are quoted saying that vegan food or lab-grown meat or all sorts of other solutions are the future, because the way things are right now are simply not sustainable long-term. So you're absolutely not alone. You're at the forefront of something really big and important, and I hope that you can remain inspired by all the things that are going on. I like to follow all sorts of vegan companies on Twitter, and I just like to follow the news, and I get very inspired hearing things that are going on in the vegan world. I'm sure you've heard Domino's is trying out vegan cheese in select locations. TGI Fridays here in America is putting a vegan burger in selected locations. Whole Foods is putting tofurkey wraps and to-go sandwiches in their grab-and-go lunch aisle. All sorts of big things are happening, and it is so exciting to be a part of it. I never understood why vegans always said that going vegan was like the best thing they ever did. I thought, wow, you must have not done very exciting things with your life. Honestly, I didn't understand it until I went vegan, and now I can truly say it's one of the best decisions I've ever made, and I certainly wish that I did it sooner, for myself, for my own health, for the animals, for the environment, for so many reasons. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you very soon in the next video.